Now, what's hilarious is, out of all the weird shit going on in this game, the one thing that morons focus on is this one moment that's absolutely obnoxious. So you walk into a room, and there is just a giant rectangular red metal box that looks like a refrigerator almost. All of a sudden, these robot tentacles come out of this thing. It starts pulling you towards it, and it wants to kill you. It's trying to kill you. But they gave it a female voice that's basically saying sexual things to you. It's the weirdest thing. And I was like, what the? Now, originally, all right, maybe it's supposed to be scary. It's trying to pair this stupid, dirty talking fridge with it trying to murder you. And it's obnoxious at first, but like, okay, whatever. But then what happens is, you hack it or whatever, so now it's not hostile anymore. Well, this actually is supposed to be the unit that you need to interact with over the course of the game to do all of your upgrades. All right, so this is going to be upgrading your weapons. It's going to be upgrading your abilities. So it's very important that you learn how to use this thing. And it's got a unique menu system. It's a little different from other games. So you got to kind of mess with it a little bit to understand it. But as you're trying to sit there and interact with the thing for the first time, it continues to talk dirty to you. It's like, what the fuck? And it's so intrusive because, again, just like the other audio issues in the game, the fridge starts to talk, you're talking to the fridge, your hand is talking, and it's just like this cluster conversation of shit. It's like, shut the fuck up. Let me just concentrate. I'm trying to learn the upgrade system. And you're trying to literally do things in the menus, and you cannot concentrate. Because it's like, imagine if you're in a room, and oh my God, something important is happening right now. I need to respond. And you got a moron here saying, meh, 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 meh. On the left-hand side, you got someone saying, boo! And then in front of you, someone's dancing, saying, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. So you got, meh, 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 boo! Ha ha, ha ha. All around, you're like, what? No, I didn't concentrate. This is important. I need to concentrate on this right now. That's what it feels like. I mean, I could care less what the fridge is saying to me. Just shut the fuck up. Allow me to just sit here and concentrate on my game, so I can learn a critical thing. This is the thing. You need to learn this system to upgrade for the rest of the game. If I fuck it up now and I don't know what I'm doing, I might dump upgrade points and crafting materials into something that's not worth it. I need to concentrate. It's like the morons who made this game, and yes, I hate to say it, whoever made this part of the game are morons. You don't fuck around when you're trying to learn a critical piece of the game, because then you could ruin the rest of the game for the player. It's moronic. It's idiotic. It's like they never played a game before. And it drove me nuts. So I muted all the audio. And what's hilarious is people are like, you see, Phil's muting the audio because the game's talking sexual to him and he can't take it. No, moron. You could join the moronic nature of the people who made this part of the game, because you don't understand. I'm just trying to learn the game. Especially when I'm doing it on a live stream, and this is going to be a playthrough that's public. This isn't me fucking around at home for myself, and if I fuck it up, it's no big deal. If I don't learn how this stuff works, how the hell am I supposed to play the rest of the game? So I actually muted the audio of the game and in my headphones just so I could sit there. I was like, we're going to sit here for like 5 minutes. We're going to learn the menus. And I did. So I upgraded my shotgun a bit. That's how I got the spin move on the axe and stuff like that. And after that, I was like, did they shut up now? So then I unmuted all the audio. Like, yes, they're all quiet. Thank God, now we can play the game. And for the rest of the stream, it was fine. It was just that one really obnoxious part. But again, it seems like whoever the audio director was for the game is a piss-poor audio director. They really don't understand what makes a game fun or when to have those moments of humor or whatever you want to do. I mean, honestly, it's kind of disturbing. There's a robot creature trying to kill you, and it's talking dirty to you, like, ugh. It makes you feel like maybe that's what they were going for, like horror, right? They were going for a horror moment, to which I'm actually okay for that to be it's a horror moment. Scare me for a bit. But at the same time, then to have that be droning over a critical moment where I'm learning a gameplay element, right? So I didn't check. I have no clue, but you would think that's probably what all the morons on the internet were talking about yesterday when it comes to, oh, Phil couldn't take the stupid sexual fridge. And it was funny, because after that part, when I unmuted and everything, someone made a comment in the chat, and they were like, oh, so you ruined the game because you did this, that. And I was basically like, well, here's what you can do. If you want to live that moment for yourself, you could get Atomic Heart. You could replay that moment on loop on your own console, and then you can like lick her icebox, and you could shove her head into the fucking the dairy section of the fridge. Whatever you want to do, if that's your kink or whatever, go for it. I mean, that's fine with you. Go for it. But for me, I'm trying to play a fucking game and learn it, so I don't want to dick around with this nonsense. I just want to fucking concentrate, and I couldn't do it. So there you go. Anyway, Trey did a super chat this morning. What is too much of adultness in games to you? You were flustered in by the fridge. In the South Park game, you laughed at the sight of testicles. I was not flustered by the fridge. I thought at first, okay, it's kind of stupid. You know what it reminded me of at first? High on Life. All right? What annoyed me was that the fucking game wouldn't let up on it when you're trying to learn a critical part of the game. Imagine if you're playing High on Life and the game is teaching you, here's how to shoot and dodge. But as it's doing it, literally the game has tutorials on the screen of what to do. But as you're trying to do it, all the game will talk about is fucking fart jokes and sex jokes. It won't shut up. And it just continues and continues for like 2 minutes. Like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. I need to have my brain wrapped around this game I'm learning. I can't have this now. That's what I mean. The audio director is a moron. You don't have that shit playing when someone's trying to learn a critical menu that you'll have to use for the rest of the game. You see? There's a difference. During the South Park thing, that would happen way into the game. It wasn't some tutorial part of the game. It was a silly boss fight. It was meant to be funny. It didn't matter if you could, even keep your composure during the boss fight. It wasn't a big deal. Here, you're learning a critical game component, and the game has to be stupid. Just shut the fuck up and let me learn the game. I didn't even care what the game was saying at that point. It could have literally been Jim Carrey in my ear. Hey, you want to hear the most annoying song in the world? Like, oh, no, I just want to learn the game. Shut up. Well, now someone tipped $1 says, oh, no, that's not a facetious tip earlier. I'm asexual, and that kind of stuff bothers me. So, of course, what that means is now my trolls must be saying I'm asexual. There you go. Oh, here we go. Phil is married, but not really because he's asexual, and he won't have kids because he's asexual. This is going to be the next meme. Here we go. Asexual Phil. ASP, asexual Phil. Here we go. Let's start it. Let's just start it now. Let's get the meme going now. Asexual Phil. Perfect. Sounds good. Sounds really good. Let's keep that going. Asexual Phil. Every other YouTuber who's been around as long as me has had a sex scandal but me. It's because I'm asexual Phil. That's why, of course. There you go. ASP. I received a $6 tip. I'm not a troll. Stop mischaracterizing me. It stresses me out. I like to remain anonymous. Okay. I haven't said your name. I said anonymous the whole time, actually. So, a $6 anonymous tip from this person. Okay. You're not a troll. You're not being facetious. There's no meme that I'm asexual. All right, I take it back. We're going to delete the meme. There's no meme that it's an asexual side, Phil. There you go. We're taking it away. I mean, geez, if I really was asexual, I must have really hated all those years where I was constantly making sex jokes, to appease a teen audience, 10, 15 years ago. I must have been like the Mark Summers of content creation. Are you aware of the story of Mark Summers? Does anyone know who that is? Mark Summers was a game show host for Nickelodeon in the 1980s and 90s, and he would literally host Double Dare, a show where families would get together to do trivia, and if they couldn't answer the questions, they would take a physical challenge, which would commonly get them completely covered in shit. Goo, peanut butter, green slime, or whatever. It was one of the messiest shows it was, and Mark Summers would constantly be covered in crap. Come to find out, he's a lifetime obsessive-compulsive disorder sufferer. In his real life, everything has to be neat and cleaned and aligned, and if he gets a speck of dirt on him, it drives him nuts, and his job was to be completely covered in shit all day. Can you imagine? That guy gets insane badass points that he actually was like suffering all day long for his job, and he was, by the way, one of the nicest guys and best game show hosts of that era. So, like, to this day, people still remember him so fondly from their childhood watching him on Nickelodeon, what a great guy he was. So, holy shit, what a badass, right? So is that what you're saying? That I'm asexual, but somehow, all those years of stupid, immature commentary must have tortured me, right?